Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, a look at the headlines. UDP's James Ban Basayamoit files nomination from Maukhar Panthor Umkhra. Malame UDP candidate Gilbert G. Lalu calls VPP's Iban Duplin L. Nonglait as outsider. Nongstoin Congress candidate Alan Victor Lingdo files nomination today. And two NPP candidates file nominations for MDC elections in Riboy. And now the news in detail. James Ban Basayamoit, UDP candidate from Maukhar Panthor Umkhra, has expressed concern over the potential use of money power in the upcoming district council election. Speaking after filing his nomination today, Basayamoit, the former MDC of the constituency, recalled instances from the last election where money was distributed just before polling day. He said he strongly opposes such practices and acknowledged that some candidates may attempt to sway voters using money. He stressed that winning through illegal means would undermine his ability to serve the people effectively.
Nadu mencang sungu ai kubule ye kipri jo Maukhar Panthor konstitusi kibom jumlian ban ai pisah banong nan buat ipi ai pisah nampak julap buat haduk mentaro dak mensim siram ke joki kita di habaki kimpan nga ke pisah tengaru ngan job ngan tri khot ke ngan tri kat kum ke jingkwa jingki.
UDP candidate Gilbert G. Lalu, contesting from Malame, labelled VPP's Iban Duplin Lingdo Nonglait as an outsider after she filed her nomination for the upcoming KHDC polls. Talking to reporters after the filing of his nomination for the upcoming KHDC polls today, Lalu pointed out that Nonglait, a resident of Lao Sotun in the Laban Moprem constituency, does not have her vote in Malame. He emphasized that voters in Malame will back a candidate from their own constituency. Lalu also claimed that key political figures, including the sitting Congress MLA and former MLA from Malame, are not contesting, further bolstering his chances.
Lupa specifically pendapat Onrio. Lupa na Nongstoin kiba tangikan kalau ndiwa. It depends haki MDC kiba saja mereka even implementing kita kinon. Kalau kiba kalau ada po, konstitusi dia itu seksi dulu. Tangnya kiba keserkaran dia kalau lupa MDC council kalau lupa jiran kamru haki ni nukas nam ada bulu. Tambun belang sateng hakim pala. Deh, tenrei banong mansa kiba thamai te kei bangan ong amlang patai. Tenrei kei kiba don ingin penek ingin bersa bat ingin nampan bahagian. Tinggal kebilti bagi ni KMC banong mentah. Ane manga menuru amun ingin penek man penek bersa kei kiba nak konsen kalau lupa deh. Ya kata kasih juga kiba juga.
Alan Victor Lingdo, Congress candidate from Nongstoin, emphasized the need for proper scrutiny before issuing or renewing trading licenses to protect the business interest of local indigenous tribes. Speaking after filing his nomination today, Lingdo expressed concern over the influx of outside workers in Jaintia Hills cement plants, where many top positions are held by outsiders, while locals are relegated to lower-ranking jobs. He called for an end to what he termed as anti-tribal policy and stressed the importance of providing opportunities for qualified local youth. When asked about the candidacy of Pinyait Singh's aim, the incumbent NPP MDC from Saurangkham, Lingdo remained neutral, stating that election outcomes depend on voters' support.
Kajong I kadai kaman kajong I ni ngin melak kadai ka hok kajong no ru banwan sakman ya kaban ya kun ya election lari nak no konsensi ngate kalau su hab ya pedang lut ya baro ki pawan ya kaban kun ya election ngala ong hi haki rensan yu ong lada dei barang don iba he nganu mi sakman namar ba ni dei kinong kersan gitu bar ngala I ki kam ki ba I trai bar ni ba abang ya serun sereng ka kata kanam bat kaburam ke jong i kibrio kidang it bai te ngirung ini but ya kedin chat ke sui ini but ya kejing ya ki mati ki bai tre bania tre hi nam tau pat ba bania bonra ke jing ba bat ya kejing akala hangni ka konsensi nong thamai pro.
Two National People's Party candidates from Ribhoi district, Rangkansai Kharbuki from Umroi constituency and Joplin Sten from Mauhati constituency, filed their nominations today for the upcoming KHDC election. The submissions were made at the Deputy Commissioner's office with support from party leaders including Mauhati MLA Charles Marngar and Umroi MLA Daman Bait Lamare, along with a large group of enthusiastic supporters.
Sri Rangkansai Kharbuki, having been nominated as the candidate to fill a seat in the Fai Umroi District Council constituency, do swear in the name of the God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India.
Ngasngaw ba ak election MDC hi ngim dan kamtan banda ya pet ya ke parti kabak khamatam kalong bangin haban pet ujak bin reo ba khamat namar district council hi ngim dan kata ka an ke ban kren sepang jing kentiap sang henry kalong baladang idon hakano no ka parti ro ka syong hau breo habang idon ka thong habang idon kamon ban tre na ka benta kari bat gajat ban reo ka jungi kata ngasngaw ba kaseng kamda ngim na bu than khamat henry kabak ngibu hi kadai na ka benta ka jat ban reo ka jungi.
5 candidates from the Indian National Congress in Ribhoi filed their nomination papers today for the upcoming MDC elections to the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council. The candidates, Victor Rani from Jirang constituency, Rocky A. Marwen from Umshning constituency, Mickey Douglas Aim from Umroi constituency, Lawrence Nongrum from Nongpo constituency and Dominic Minsong from Mauhati constituency submitted their papers at the Deputy Commissioner's office accompanied by party leaders and supporters.
Term kunti ngala job agne ka konsensi padahane ka kunti menta te ki klam aisyu ka tiket NPP te ka dal tengam nong tip re ki maki hi ki tip te nga kum ki pajba ki shania yang nga ki ong ba piap ya hi bu te ngaman se ban wat tiket na ka Congress wat menta ka ni kunti nga yang kum candidate na ka Congress party na ka jung kuntu jung ki ka nga yang hande da nga plu jung mut chobat ki yong hai Pidai ban yang biang bangi don teli wat pi te dam daka don jing sania naki ngam not ban yang te de naka jing support joki nga yang ta wat pi.
With just 4 days left for the last date of filing nominations in the JHADC election, 25 candidates from various political parties and independents submitted their papers today. Among them, Thombor Shivat, sitting CEM of JHADC, filed his nomination as the NPP candidate for the 8th Mudop Umdalang constituency. Shivat acknowledged the increased competition and emphasized the need for hard work to secure victory. He also highlighted the importance of strengthening council departments and improving financial stability. On the issue of Dorbar Kur recognition, Shivat assured that the matter is being processed despite election delays.
Takam teh kamu juk pun krehi lima hak election hije ngah ke jinglong ke ngah tam juk ke stinya le yele kat won le hanrei kamu man kat te tan kat kamu pau hi but ke jing yele wa ngah to man ko strip yele mas men te kat wasnya ko mas men ta hap mboy thong mboy thia mboy dem de hap kre tang e bai wa yo dikina sa jing em kam yong iha council ko nang kong hi tamot to kamon pun klan yaki department wo respond le pun klan yaki resources yang ga council hap em ki jing pun gela wo pun klan kanang wo yo yi dap ubiang le yo em ki jing mi pun na ka council hi.
Former Nongstoin MLA Macmillan Birsat and newly elected NPP MLA Gabriel Walang have announced their support for Dresser Marngar as the NPP candidate for the upcoming MDC elections in Nongstoin. Speaking after filing his nomination, Marngar expressed confidence in securing a win, emphasizing his commitment to strengthening the district council. Meanwhile, G. Ningstar Mirthong, the INC candidate, also filed his nomination, stating his decision was driven by public demand for leaders who address local issues. Mirthong dismissed concern over Walang's defection, reaffirming his dedication to the Congress manifesto and strengthening the 6th schedule and the KHDC's financial stability.
Ngami badan isi kene ka panyisim banta kene ka lempung sain Hima sima kumunong hikai aba dau ba kelong bangayu I ya ga jingdok ke jingjinjar jong pai ba jong ka constituency Nongstoin Brockway kumta don ka benta na ka benta ban yakit ya balam ya ka khia ka shon jong ka constituency hi Brockway.
Residents of Shak Hoi Kuna village have lodged a formal complaint regarding the alleged mismanagement of the RIDF 2021-2022 NABARD scheme, citing concerns raised in an RTI report by a local individual. In response, Ribhoi District Deputy Commissioner has directed the magistrate to investigate the claims and assess ongoing work in the village. Speaking to the media, Barnabas Murring expressed gratitude for the prompt action by the DC's office and stated that the community is hopeful for a fair resolution. However, Jermel Makri, a local beneficiary under the scheme, criticized delays in inspection and accused the village headman of misdirecting workers. Villagers warned that they will continue to advocate for their rights if the investigation does not bring satisfactory results.
Ba kajing simkhia jong EDC kajing pha bat jong ibanwan inquiry kumne kin sale ya ka ba day hok bat ya ka ba bhae bat ya ka ba shai ba kin long inquiry hak ba long ki ba day hok ban yo ya scheme kamot ai kin yo ya kata ka tinmentoi ka bakidi ban yo
nak benta jong kajing up jing stay barok chisni mahanta la poi hadu kat no bajie chu la poi cha ar bajie duna tengi la type ni up stay jaka ban kin wan sta cha jaka ban pentre boklam pentre kilit chawai kat kum jing perkhat chunga imat ba de nakajing le jong mak chnong namar ba uyalam sa ta jika gi bladep tre sa jika gi mempetre uklam yalam.
In continuation of our coverage in the run-up to the Autonomous District Council Elections 2025, we caught up with the Hill State People's Party Democratic Party President KP Pangnang for an exclusive conversation to discuss the HSPDP's election strategy, its decision to contest this election alone, some issues concerning the people and the state, among others. Let's listen in.
HSPDP marway lado pajba au ai ga mandate ni kwa basansar marway henry bunsin ni ayak daga fractured mandate kaba kiba bun teliki party ki ayak jingjo te pinlek playu shu ba wat BJP haga jingilam jong modi ui brosir india ka banaba kinsan marway ka parliament kin yo marway ka majority at the end of the day wah bandon khalai ka saw ka san liki party ke india block ong ba ki party kumjungi ka congress tang marway kinsan share ka india ong maki ni khlong mangi kaba kut ki habdon arpulai teliki party kiba haga kerteng jong kata ka spirit of alliance fi te ngangej bagane ka spirit of alliance lalai ka party he na ka party ru imat gre ka needs bagare banlong kumta.
You can now watch the full interview on our YouTube channel at DD News Meghalaya. And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. The minimum temperature recorded was 16 degrees Celsius, while the maximum temperature 23 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity was 75%. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature recorded was 4.7 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature 15.8 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity being 80%. Meanwhile, in Jawai, the minimum temperature recorded was 11 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature 17 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity 83%. And the forecast in Tura and Jawai say that dry weather is likely at most places, whereas for Shillong, light rain and shallow to moderate fog is likely to occur at isolated places. And before we conclude, a look at the headlines once again. UDP's James Van Basayamoy files nomination from Maukhar Panthor Umkra. Millennium UDP candidate Gilbert G. Lalu calls VPP's Ivan Duplin L. Longlight as an outsider. Nongstoin Congress candidate Alan Victor Lingdor files nomination today. The two NPP candidates filed nominations for DC elections in Ribhoi. And that's all we had for you in today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us, and from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.